Can you share with the ladies some of the things that you've had happen and then things that are, coming up that you're going to be doing?
I started experiencing osteoarthritis in my late 60s, and I was very surprised about this. I didn't expect it. It wasn't on my radar. I've been very active, singing, dancing, doing lots of physical activity. And all of a sudden, there's pain in my joints, and it's gotten worse.
Hey ladies, welcome back to my Fierce Aging series. So today we have a special guest. She's 71 years old. It's Andrea from California. It's really incredible when women travel cross country to be here on the show and share their beauty with you. It's not easy coming on my channel with no makeup on, in your 70s, having the world see you and sharing your beauty and your life story and your struggles and your health issues. And today we are doing a Rewrite the Rules. We're rewriting the rules for Andrea. She has an incredible background in music, and I can't wait for you to hear everything that she's discovered, that she's been through. And I did a little bit of a different combination today. I did Rewrite the Rules eyeshadow palette with 1975 and Fresh Beauty on top. So it's definitely a departure what I would normally do, but I didn't want to play by the rules today. I wanted to break out. I wanted to do something interesting and different and show you some range. So we're creating a beautiful look. And are you ready? Let's get this beauty started. We were talking a little bit downstairs about your experience being in theater and do you say you're a concert cellist?
Primarily play classical music on the cello, although I've played a little jazz too, but mostly classical.
It was really interesting to hear that your father was a concert pianist.
Yes, he was.
And did that give you inspiration to follow in the arts?
Absolutely. He played every night. I would sit and listen to Chopin. He accompanied me when I was taking lessons, and there was always music in the home, chamber music, musicians came over. It was just part of the culture of our home.
That must have been so neat. There must have been a certain energy in your house.
There was, and there was a lot of discipline and focus, because when you take up an instrument like that from a very young age, you come home from school, you don't go outside and play with the kids. You take out your instrument and you practice,
right?
Because you have a lesson every week, and then you go do your homework, and then you go to bed. So there's a lot of discipline involved in becoming a professional musician.
Now, you said that you took lessons. Your father didn't teach you how to play piano?
Oh, he tried. That didn't work. He and I butted heads.
Oh, yeah?
And they probably should have gotten me another piano teacher. It was too emotional. So because of that, I didn't learn to play piano, and I'm sorry I didn't learn to play piano. I wish I had, because as a singer, it really would have helped me.
Oh, wow.
Because I could have learned my music a lot faster.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
okay.
So I didn't, that was
But that
a
makes
hole
sense.
in my education.
Right, that makes sense. So now, how did you meet your husband?
Well, my husband's the longest standing member of the Los Angeles Philharmonic, and I knew a lot of people in that orchestra that I played concerts with, but I never met him. But he and I were both hired to play in another orchestra in Los Angeles. It was just a gig, and I met him on that gig. And we became friends and colleagues, and I actually knew him for quite a long time before we became a couple. So we were already good friends and had worked together. And he plays the double bass, so he'd be standing right behind me. I'm playing the cello, and he's back there, and he's cute.
Taking you back to your childhood when you were telling me you struggled with cystic acne.
Yes.
And how not only is it physically something, especially as a singer performer in the arts, so now you have this situation going on since 12, you said. So psychologically, even if the scars are healed, you still feel these same emotions about when you look at yourself in the mirror.
Yes, it's a psychological scar as well as a physical scar. So you have the scar, but somebody else may not notice it, but I will always notice it. And I've always been self-conscious about it. And so I've, tried to work out ways to cover it and whatever. But yeah, I've always, had wished for a beautiful, smooth complexion. And that it's been very challenging for me, because I had very large outbreaks of cystic acne in my teens, and it again in my 30s after the birth of my second child and all the hormone shifts. And wow, it was just as bad as it was in my teens, which I was really surprised about, and it was very upsetting.
Now you're 71.
I am.
So do you feel excited about this new decade?
Yes.
Can you share with the ladies some of the things that you've had happen and then things that are, coming up that you're going to be doing?
I started experiencing osteoarthritis in my late 60s, and I was very surprised about this. I didn't expect it. It wasn't on my radar. I've been very active, singing, dancing, doing lots of physical activity. And all of a sudden, there's pain in my joints, and it's gotten worse. I'm going in for my 4th surgery in October.
On what?
On my shoulder.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
having a shoulder replacement.
Now, the 4th surgery on the shoulder or 4th surgery on the body?
On the body for
Okay.
arthritis.
Okay.
Specifically
Wow.
for arthritis. So it's been, I want to say it's difficult going through these things, but the results have been fantastic. So I now don't have problems with my knees, whereas before I had trouble walking. So I'm really grateful that I have this great medical opportunity. But it is something that I hadn't counted on.
Right.
I'm also truly grateful that I don't have any serious health issues.
Right.
I am in good health, but it does take a toll. The amount of surgery takes a toll after a while.
Have you been apprehensive about the surgeries? Like, did you put it off for a while?
No, I didn't. I went for it. This last one I put off because I had an arthroscopic surgery and it didn't work. And as a matter of fact, it got worse. And my husband was really after me. I was worried about this kind of a surgery.
Right.
But I found a very good doctor, and now I'm going to embark on yet another journey, surgical journey. Yeah, and hopefully this will do the trick. I hope.
Right.
Yeah. I can't leave it like this, though.
Right.
It's bone on bone.
Right.
So.
And it's important because of your motion that you do.
Bowing, I still like to dance. There's a lot of things. And so just even general movements, you're in the kitchen and you want to put something away. I can't use this arm.
Oh, wow.
Fortunately, I'm left-handed.
Oh, good. I'm going to start off Andrea's makeup tutorial with our eye primer. This is the first thing that I use because it's going to prime and prep the eyes. And I'm going to be using our angled concealer brush. And you don't need that much of this product. It's a sheer veil. So you want to tap into the product. It picks up just enough. And then we're going to go from the base of the lashes all the way up to the brow bone. So I want to really neutralize out. You're going to see that redness in this inner corner. When I put over the eye primer, it completely disappears. So we're setting this up properly in that inner corner here where we all get that grays and that blues up to the brow bone. You're going to see it's a nice wash of color. It's not too much. It's not dragging on the skin. It's just really nice cream base. And then you're going to be able to move to the other eye. I'm using our soft gray skinny brow pencil. Andrea has a little permanent makeup on her brows, but it was done a while ago. So of course we're going to have just a couple little spaces. I'm going to take the brow pencil and just go right through the brow just to kind of refresh this brow. I'm not doing too much. I want to just make sure we're consistent with our color. So usually this medial part will be a little bit lighter as the skin absorbs the color. So I'm just going to do a couple little strokes in here. This is what you can do if you don't want to touch up your brows. You can always just go through with a brow pencil that's really around the same color and give a little freshness to that permanent makeup. Now I'm going to just take the milk chocolate brow mascara. There are a couple gray brows. I'm not going to go too heavy with this, but I do want to get those little gray hairs to not be like a little highlight in her brows. I'm going to take our Rewrite the Rules. This is a matte palette. It's really, really beautiful. It's a creamy matte, talc-free. And I have two little brushes in here. If you're on the go, you can apply your makeup. And I'm going to be working out of my Essential Makeup brush kit. So this has all your brushes that you could possibly need. And it's very concise. And I have all of the names of the brushes on here for you. So you never have to guess, never have to feel lost. So I'm going to take our flat eyeshadow brush and I'm going to go into the middle color here. I really want to play up the eyes for Andrea. I might start off with a little wash of color. You know that I like to start in the middle of the lid, come down to the inner corner, and then go across into the outside of the eye here to the corner. And I'm going to do the same exact thing on the other eye. Taking the other side of this brush, going into the bone color to do a little highlight on the brow bone. I'm taking my short smudge brush. I'm going to go into the darkest color here, and this is where you really can have some fun. So I'm getting used to, if you're not really used to working with a darker color, I'm getting used to seeing what it looks like. So when you're at home and you want to play around with a darkness, you can start off slow, just kind of building it up. And then again, I don't want you to feel that you have to be perfect. Don't worry if it's messy. Like that's what makeup's all about. You're not putting it on completely perfect right away. There's things that we need to do. We need to blend out here, but I want to just get the placement. So base of the lashes, just kind of going back and forth. It's going to smudge it up a little bit, bringing it up. And then I'm in here in this crease, but I don't know how much I really want right now. So let's just add a little bit here. We'll do the other eye, and then we'll come back and blend out and see where we are. So this is a really good example. This eye is darker with the shadow, so I picked up more on my brush this time than I did on this eye. So we don't have to worry. We have a little fallout also, which is why we don't do any concealer, any serum foundation, BB cream, because we can clean that up and we don't have to worry that we're taking off makeup. So this is what's really interesting. I like to do makeup like this, and I don't want you to feel that it has to be perfect at home. I like that it's messy, because every single YouTube video is showing you like the highlight reel, right? They're not showing you like, okay, so this is what it looks like on you at home. Oh my gosh, too much on this side, not enough on this side. What do I do? Do I start over? No, you don't start over. What I want to do first is I'm going to clean up with my Almay eye pad. This is going to be an oil-free makeup pad remover. So what we're going to do is clean up right here underneath. You can see how much I got right here. So that is a really great example of why I don't do concealer, foundation yet. Always eyes first, then I'll go in with concealer, color corrector, serum foundation, whatever we're doing. So what I have here now is I have less eyeshadow, the darkness here, and I have more here. So I'm going to balance it out. I'm also going to show you what you can do if you want to wash down the color and it's already here. So first, let me just add a little bit more to this end so it matches the other side. Blend it. Now what you can do is, I've showed you this many times on my videos when I'm at home doing them for you in the bathroom. Now I can take the middle color. If I feel like this is a little too much, or you know what, I don't want as much darkness, I'm going to take the flat eyeshadow brush, go into the middle, and you can just wash this down over that darkness over here. It's just going to mute it a little bit. So if that's something you want to do, it's almost like a little kind of curtain, if you will, pardon the pun in our theater today, that it just brings it down a little bit. So you can play with that. If you say, you know what, that contour color is a little bit too deep, I want to bring it down, you can do that. You can do the middle color if you want to, or you can go in with the bone. So either one, you can wash it down, it's going to lighten it up. What I decided to do is take my navy waterproof eyeliner pencil with the Rewrite the Rules instead of the charcoal. That would be the normal thing to do. Charcoal. Why? We don't want to play it safe today. We want to do something different. And Andrea has blue eyes, so why not pool that blue with the grays, and it just looks good. It's going to look beautiful. Now, she has a tiny little bit of permanent makeup eyeliner left. You really can't see it, so we're going to just really enhance the eyes. We're going to go right to the base of the lashes. Just look down. And we're going to build this up. So base of the lashes, working up, and you can see I'm working in short strokes. Don't get adventurous and try to go from the outer corner of your eye all the way into, you don't want to do that. It's going to be very difficult to get a really nice straight line if you're trying to do that. So you can see I'm just pushing it in towards the nose at the base of the lashes. So I have the eyeliner on, this beautiful navy. Now what I want to do is I'm going to go back with my short smudge brush and I'm going to go into the darkest color because I want to just give it a little bit more of that smoky look. So I'm going to take just a little bit and we're going to smoke it up at just a little bit over this navy eyeliner. This will give you a little bit more staying power too for evening. I'm taking my Volume Up mascara. This is black mascara. It's really nice and creamy. It is water resistant and it is going to grab every single lash. So we're going to the base of the lashes and we're going to wiggle back and forth and pull up. So it's like a comb. So I have these little teeth on this wand that really grab all these babies and just really pull them out. It's incredible. I'm going to put on our Naked Lashes from Ardell. They're number 420s. I love them because they're so natural and they look amazing on all decades, all eye shapes. Sometimes I have to cut them down because they're a little bit too long. We'll measure and see, but you don't want it dragging down the eye. But we're going to put these on and then we'll meet you back right after. So you can see the difference between the two eyes. One is much more glamorous and it has that thicker band, so it really enhances the eye. Looks like you're wearing more mascara, but you're not. They're lightweight. Do you feel them?
No.
So this is something that's very comfortable to wear, but gives you so much more. And ladies, I have videos with teaching my mom how to put on lashes. I have so many lash videos for you. You can do it. It's if you want to do it, right?
Right.
It's about practice.
Yeah.
So the lashes are on. Just looking perfect, just exactly how I wanted them to look. They look really great. They just rounded out the look with having a little bit of a darker color. Let's not forget to do a little balancing underneath the eye with the eyeliner. So I'm going to just take the navy and I'm going to just smudge it underneath so we have a nice balance. I'm going to take my Just Peachy, it's color corrector. We're going to just get rid of any of the darkness underneath the eye area. So what I'd like to do is, I don't see too much darkness, but we'll go into this inner corner just to make sure that we get that nice and light, bringing it down right underneath the eyes. I'm just going to help these areas out just a little bit. That might be, you might not be able to see them on camera, but for me, I can see just a little bit. I'm going to just cover those before we move on to our concealer. I'm going to use my concealer lip brush. Now I've talked about this brush being used for multiple different ways. It just depends on how you want to use it. It comes in your essential makeup brush kit. So on one end, you have a larger synthetic brush. So you can use this for lips if you want to, concealer. I'm going to show you how I'm going to use it today in a different manner. And then on the other side, you just pull this out and you have your lip brush. So this will go nicely back in here. I can also use this for what I'm going to be doing. This technique is called stippling. So what we're going to do is, where I put the Just Peachy, I'm going to just stipple it into those little areas that I felt like there was a little darkness. I'm going to be using on Andrea today the serum foundation. I wanted to give her a little bit more coverage. She's been using the BB cream. So she has found success with the BB cream just being light and giving you a nice coverage, correct? So we came out with the serum foundation, and this is going to give you a little bit more coverage. It is buildable. It's very, very silky-like. It's going to just really be beautiful. And I thought that this would be a nice medium for you to see with what you're working with texture. So I'm going to try the fair and the light. We're going to see what color is going to be best for Andrea. So let's do a swatch real quick. First color I'm going to swatch is the fair. And then the second color is going to be the light. So you're going to see the light has more yellow. It's more of a cool neutral. And then this one is the fair, which is going to have pink undertones. So the fair is really what's going to blend nicely. So if we just blend this in, you won't even be able to see it on Andrea's skin. I'm going to be using my foundation buffing brush. And what I like to do is I like to work the product into the brush first. So I have a really even application. So the whole brush now has the serum foundation on it. So we're going to start over on the skin here. And you're going to notice when you start working with this product that you don't need that much. I'm going to take my angled concealer brush and I'm going to work in that Just Peachy that I put underneath the eyes. Now that I had a little bit of time to kind of set up and melt into the skin. I'm going to take my creamy concealer in Fair and I'm going to just add a tiny bit right here. I don't need that much. Just want to give a little bit more lightness right underneath here. I'm taking a clean blending brush and I'm going to take our Nikita Banana. This is a brightening powder. I like to do the dusting underneath the eyes like this because it's not too heavy. And I feel that we just get enough to set up the concealer and the color corrector. I'm going to take our Rose Lip Balm. We need a little moisture. Let's add some color to the skin with an all cream palette. We're going to be using just the two here today, the blush and the highlighter. I really love how this just radiates on mature skin. This is one of my really exciting formulations that I did. This used to be an all powder palette and then I changed it to all cream. And I just think that it looks so beautiful. I'm going to take the other side of the brush, go into the highlighter, and this is really important because a lot of mature women can't do a highlighter. The response is always like, well, it's going to show all my wrinkles or it's going to fall into my fine lines and wrinkles. That's why I made this a cream, and it's not a lot of micro glitter or anything that's going to fall all over your face. It's more of that glossy glow. I'm going to take Organza. This is one of my favorite lip liners besides Cameo. We're going to line the lips. Going back to my concealer lip brush, pulling out the lip brush here, and I'm going into 1975. And the reason why I picked this color, I could easily have done Actually I Can. Actually I Can marries so well with Rewrite the Rules. It's a pink, it's really pretty, but we are rewriting the rules. So we're rewriting them that we don't do the same thing every day. I wanted you to see something different. So 1975 is going on the lips, and we're going to gloss it just a little bit with New Beauty. Just going to top off like I normally do. Usually like to use Manifest and Glow or Champs, but you can mix any colors together to create a signature color. And this is Fresh Beauty. This is just a really beautiful, just fresh lip. If you are wanting to do mascara and a really fresh lip, this would be the lip gloss to choose. And that's exactly what it is. It's just fresh. And my last step is going to be my Rose Mist. It's just a really nice hydrator. It really smells beautiful, and it's just the way I like to end all of my makeup tutorials, so keep your eyes closed. Doesn't it nice?
Rose.
I know.
Wow. Oh, that looks great. Oh, I love what you did with the eyes. That is so much fun.
I like the lip color. I was actually, obviously, you know, I was contemplating, but
Yes.
it's so pretty for you. Even if you didn't have a more of a glamorous eye,
Yeah.
it's like a really pretty with your hair color.
I love it. And my skin is all glow.
So this was exciting.
Very.
We pushed it with the lips because we didn't do what we would normally do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it's really exciting that you've had such a colorful, musical experience with your life of finding things that you never thought you were going to maybe fall into, like photography.
Right.
And I think that that's really important for women that are aging.
Mm-hmm.
So you're in your 70s and you're exploring and being open to different things, which is really interesting because the compacts that I did, my whole branding of the open rose, it's not a tight rose, it's an open rose for this exact example of a life experience where, ladies, it's not just getting older and feeling like you're going to the end. It's about experiencing and being open. And you said something very interesting, that you never know what life has for you,
don't.
right? As in a very positive manner. There's great things around the corner.
Yes.
And I think it's perspective. So I think if we think about aging as a negative thing, like, oh, I don't have that much time left, or what's the point? Like, why even put makeup on? Well, let's change that perspective. I think that it is so valuable and wonderful that you came across country to share your beauty with my audience.
It was worth it because you have your passion, which I totally respect and admire.
Oh, thank
that
you.
You're doing this. And it's, we're all learning from you. It's worth the trip.
Oh, thank you. Well, I mean, I couldn't do it without you, ladies. Really opening yourself up and putting yourself on camera with no makeup on. This is not what you do. So it is intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
And I really appreciate you just sharing your life with us. It's really very important for the ladies in the audience that, could be struggling, maybe don't feel like it's, worth just doing anything, getting dressed, or
Right.
we could all be in a different mindset. So it's really wonderful that you're here at 71, showing how you're powering through arthritis, multiple surgeries, and really doing what you love.
Yes.
So thank you so much for being here today and
Thank you,
sharing.
Nicole.
It was wonderful. And ladies, until my next video, we'll see you later. Thank you for being a part of this Fierce Aging series, ladies. If you love this kind of content, celebrating age, seeing women from all over the world, please like, comment below, and subscribe to the channel. We're so excited to see you on the next one.